It's 9:31 on this Wednesday morning. For example, thought you should know today is National Deep Dish Pizza Day. So there go dinner plans. Whatever you had, put it back in the freezer. And tomorrow is National Write Your Own Epitaph Day, which is one of my favorite days on the calendar. I'm thinking about giving homework on that one. We could have some fun with that tomorrow morning at Kicks Country 92.9. On this Wednesday morning, though, we have a Wednesday tradition for over 10 years now. It's called Ask the Lawyer with Bruce L. Scheiner, in which questions largely submitted by you get answered by Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. I'll tell you how to submit a question coming up here in just a quick moment. But first, would you please help me welcome Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured. Good morning, Bruce.
Hey, good morning, Todd. How are you this beautiful morning?
Just fine, thank you. How are things with you and the family and the office? And
everything's going great, thank you.
That's terrific. I'm sure you're enjoying the lovely weather, too.
Oh, you can't beat it.
Even though it's a little warm for some of us, thinking that summer's already hit, I know you love this stuff.
I do. I love it, and can't get enough of it.
Yeah. Well, it's good for getting outdoors and doing things like going out for a bike ride, for example. And with that in mind, I have today's question sitting in front of me, a bicyclist in trouble. You ready to plunge into this?
I'm ready, Todd.
Okay, so here's how today's question reads. My wife was riding her bicycle in the bicycle lane when an Uber driver on the telephone veered into the bike lane and struck her. My wife was transported to the hospital with a broken shoulder and shattered knee, which will require surgery. I contacted the Uber driver's insurance company, who informed me that the driver had minimal insurance coverage. My wife's medical bills are substantial. Neither my wife nor I drive, so we don't have car insurance. Can the lawyer help? Well, this is one of those things that's sort of very modern in the sense that Uber and ride shares and that kind of thing is a very recent development, but I'm sure you've dealt with this kind of thing already, haven't you?
Yeah, we certainly have, Todd, and it's fortunate it was an Uber driver because Uber provides $1 million of bodily injury liability coverage.
Oh.
But there is a big caveat, and that caveat is that the driver has to be on the clock.
Oh, okay.
So if the driver is on the clock, there's $1 million policy to cover all the damages that this person sustained, paying her current medical bills, her future medical bills, her lost wages, pain and suffering, and, all the normal elements of damages.
Right.
Critical thing, and that's why it's so important to immediately contact a qualified personal injury lawyer, is to get on top of it and make sure that they could prove he was on the clock at the time of the accident.
Yeah, and you're going to have to go up against Uber, which is a good-sized company, and insurance companies, and that's the kind of thing that an individual like myself, a layperson, really wouldn't be very good at.
I agree. You need a lawyer that's experienced.
And again, the key issue is going to be, was this Uber driver on the clock? Was he an Uber driver who was just going to the grocery store, or was he an Uber driver? And in this case, it seems like he was on his phone, so maybe he was on his phone lining up his next Uber rider, Uber passenger. That would mean he was on the clock then.
That is correct.
Okay. They say neither my wife nor I drive, so we don't have car insurance. I think what they were alluding to is our old friend, uninsured or underinsured motorist coverage would not apply under these circumstances because they don't have that. But if they did, would that be something that could help out?
Well, if they had uninsured motorist coverage and the Uber driver wasn't on the clock, then it could help.
Ah, okay. So it comes back to what we said earlier. You got to hope he was on the clock. All right.
Exactly.
All right. Well, the important thing is to contact a medical professional because she's going to have a lot of recovery and physical therapy ahead of her. He's going to have a lot of time and effort put into helping his wife. Let a legal professional handle the rest of it. That's what I say.
That's a great idea.
All right, Bruce, again, thank you so much. Each week you give us a little ray of hope in these otherwise dark situations, and we do appreciate your feedback on this one today very much.
Well, it's my pleasure, Todd, and as always, I look forward to next Wednesday.
Absolutely, sir. Say hi to everybody and have yourself a good week.
You too. Thank you, Todd.
All right. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Bruce L. Scheiner, attorney for the injured, and our question and answer of the week. Now, if you would like to submit a question for future consideration, all you have to do, go to the website and put Bruce in the keyword search box. And then you'll go right to where you need to go to submit your question. On the other hand, if it's something like this where you've been hurt and you need more immediate attention, just get a hold of the Port Charlotte office of Associates and Bruce L. Scheiner. The number is 941-743-7777. 941-743-7777. Tell them that Todd Matthews sent you from Kicks Country 92.9.